building a global business is the fact that we have so many different languages around the world, and we're very strong in certain markets, the French market, for example, and the Italian market, the German markets, German-speaking market, Austria, of course, as well, and Switzerland, and also Ireland, UK, Scandinavia, all around the world, the Russian, the Ukraine markets. So it's a huge challenge to be able to get this message conveyed accurately to the field. And that's where we, as leadership, have got to step in and take an ownership of that space and just be sure that the information that we're duplicating is 100% the statement from the company and the statement from the way that we work, and duplicate that properly, and not to add something and spice it up and, you know, whatever. And if you have, you know, challenges understanding what, you know, was said, then get to the leadership and we will, you know, clarify that. So I wonder how Staffan's doing there. Is he back on? Maybe he was, you know, getting his computer sorted out. I don't, Staffan, are you on? Are you with us now?
Yes, I am. Yes, thank you.
Ah, okay. So good. Wonderful. So are you ready? Are you ready to go? Are you?
I am. Yes, I am.
Ah, yes. Yeah, yeah. You were just getting your whiteboard cleaned up for us there for the.
We're going to use it a little bit today. So that's
okay. That's super. Well, as I say, you know, with the Top Gun Academy, we have one of our Top Gun instructors who can come back at any time and instruct us here as to what we, you know, can learn and begin to assimilate and process to move our business to, you know, the next level. So without any further ado, I'm going to hand over to Staffan. I've already given you an introduction, Staffan, so I'm not going to waste your time.
Listen into it. I see how much I need to cut.
Okay.
I'm joking. Hey, thank you, Peter, and thank you, Roger, for arranging these sessions on Sundays called Top Gun Academy. And I think it's a really good word. First, the title for it, name for these kind of sessions. And today I was asked actually to give my opinion on, because first of all, I want to thank you all for your time to listen into this. And I know that many of you guys are, you know, you career networkers, you have great result. And, you know, who am I to come and teach you, you know, about how to do the business? And, you know, that was kind of an attitude that I had also like 19 years back, that, you know, I can do. And that is a great attitude to have. But then over time, maybe I realized that, you know, if we have an attitude, I think attitude is the key to basically anything in life that we do. And I think the most important attitude is actually our attitude towards learning. Okay? And I was really reflecting on that one here. I think it's about, it was with this COVID-19, you know, epidemic that we all suffer from and still today have problems and so on with, before solutions with all of us. And I will reflect back on that one, why I always say before solution, because I don't like the word problem, okay? I prefer to use before solution for a very simple reason. That I believe that every obstacle that comes in our way, we have a way of turning it into something more positive, okay? Finding a solution for it, and actually a choice of taking left or right. And now, necessarily it doesn't have to be the right decision that we make, but we need to make a decision. And I think that you will most probably agree with me if I say the following, that if you have more facts that you learned, there is a bigger probability that you make a better decision, more educated decision. I think that's something that most people would agree on. So attitude about learning, I want to go back a little bit to that, and actually to what happened to me already during my upbringing by my mother, you know, and going to school, you know, and all of these things. And I must say I had a really, really, really poor attitude against going to school, okay? Maybe somebody else here is also, first of all, do you hear me well? That is something I need to, you know, confirm.
Yes, perfectly, Staffan.
So my attitude towards learning and school was very tainted. I really don't know why I didn't really like school, to be honest. That's something that I reflected a lot upon. It must have been obviously something that influenced me around me, but my attitude was an attitude of passing. Okay? So what do I mean with the attitude of passing? Simply for me, it was enough to pass. So, you know, at least back then, I don't know how they do in schools anymore around Europe and so on, especially in Sweden, it's less and less grading children and so on. But, you know, we tested a lot back then. We had a test every month or something, and my aim was to pass it. And honestly, I was taking more time to pass class, okay, to skip class in order to do other things that was, you know, more enjoyable. Play ice hockey, play football during the summers and so on. So I skipped a lot of class. And the funny thing when I'm reflecting back on it is that my mother actually understood me very well when I was young, what drives me. So what was driving Staffan is the following: make some money. Okay? So from very early age, you know, and that comes from my dad, I was always willing to work a lot. You know, I didn't have anything against to work hard and get something, you know, in back. And, you know, that's called money. Okay? And I saw that money as trading instrument for getting something that I wanted. Now, when I was 13 years old, in Finland we go to a certain school 1 to 6 and you're 12, then from 13 to 15 you go from grade 7 to 9, and then after that you go, you know, towards, you know, specializing yourself and so on. My years 12 to 13 was very deteriorating, okay? My grades were plummeting, you know. So when I passed the 8th grade and going into the last one that will define me, what kind I can get into, you know, a profession I could get into, my grades were really, really stinking. In Finland, we have grades, you know, from 4, no wait, no, yeah, from 4 is failing, you know, and 10 is the best. And my grades were around 6 point something, okay? Not very good, okay? And my mom, she understood, so she more or less bribed me, okay? And she said, Staffan, if you graduate with more than 8.0, which is a pretty good score, it is not on the top, but it's a pretty good score, which will allow you then to, you know, to go to the next, you know, choice of yours, not just taking where you can get in. And the funny thing was that that was driving me for the simple reason that she promised me an equivalent of maybe about 10,000 euros back then. You know, 10,000 Finnish marks it was back then, but 10,000 euros in today's society. And you know, I really wanted this 10,000 euro. It was something. So I actually studied then the evening before the tests. And I actually graduated, passed, okay, I still want to say I passed the target that my mom put in for me in order to get paid, okay? Same thing happened when I started marketing after. Grades were plummeting, I had no interest in school and so on. And my mom again said, if you graduated this, I give you this. And actually, guys, this went on all the way through law school. And then in the year 2000, when I was graduating from law school in Sweden, I ran into network marketing. And a very, very, very strange thing is that it took me years to start to really reflect on this. And really, the last months, I was really reflecting on it. Because if you think about it, I want to throw you a question. Is passing really enough? Okay? Where do we end up in life with just passing? You know, to pass a test, to pass, you know, a grade, to pass a certain score for getting a driving license, to pass a course of, you know, being able to sell online, to pass, you know, whatever it is. My question is, what if we would have an attitude of excellence? Okay? Would an attitude of learning continuously for excellence make a difference? I want to ask you that. How do you think, can you really, really tell with straight face, without blinking, looking at a friend in the eyes and saying, hey, I do every day, everything I can, my utmost to strive for excellence and learn more. For me, it hasn't always been, correct. And still today, sometimes I find myself, okay, could I do something else with my valuable time that would make me better? Is this something that makes sense? If somebody puts up the thumbs, if it makes sense, then I think we have a foundation for continuing. Because for me, that is very, very, very important. Okay? So I think I was asked here by Peter, I was asked, hey, Staffan, could you do something on this today's, training that takes, what is important to know about this business? What is important, the basics, if you want to become successful? And now I'm only speaking if you that listens into this really want to make money. Okay? If you just want to gamble, if you just want to throw away your money, throw away your time, feel free. Do not listen to me. You don't need to listen to me. If everything is fine as it is today, why bother? But then my question also is right now, why are you tuning into this call? Okay? Because I'm betting that on a Sunday at noon in Europe, you could maybe play golf, you could maybe go out walking, you could sit on the beach, you could go out and have a lunch with your family, anything. So I guess that the reason for being here would be that you want something more. Is that correct if I'm stating that? I hope so. Now, what is it that is the difference, in my opinion, about make it or break it? How do we, as people, have our attitude towards learning? And that's why I started with a quite long, intro about, how I personally been, aiming myself, positioning myself. How has my attitude been towards learning? And I must say, years back, it was stinking, okay? Definitely. I knew it best always. I always had an answer for it. But the more and more you learn, you find out how little you really know. And that is the thing. When we listen to people, if we just, brush it away and say, yeah, but that person doesn't really know what he or she is talking about, I think our attitude towards growing is spoiled by the first minute or second. If my attitude is to listen to somebody and try to snap up something, just something out of brilliance, I think I have a better platform of growing my life. That's just how I'm thinking about it. So for me, it is very, very important that we learn how to earn. Okay? And before we even can do that one, to go into how to build in the right way and how to benefit in the most way from the concept, I truly believe that we need to have some kind of fundamental keys. Okay? I really believe that, because if we have fundamental keys to base our learning on, I think we have a better chance of creating a good foundation. Is that something that you would agree on? So what are these keys? I mean, like I said, you do not need to take me by the word. Try to find something in this session that means something to you. Try to find something that maybe, this I haven't really been implementing. Maybe I know about it, knew about it, because guys, what I'm telling you will mostly be repetition. If you have been a long time in network marketing, it will be a lot of repetition. Now my question is, if these are fundamentals, if these are keys for any network, for you to build a network sustainably, and it doesn't really work today, might there be something that you really missed? It's a question. So these, I have taken my subjective opinion about what are these keys. Number one, this is not a job, okay? And I think this is a really good time right now with COVID-19 to reflect on. Because I remember back in the day, my dad, when I said that, hey, I'm going to go in and do networking, he was not so happy. I'm leaving a lawyer career behind and start doing some crazy pyramid network, how he saw it, because a job was, in his opinion, sustainable. Now my question to you is a job anymore safe? Okay, I see Thai people on this call. More than 10 million Thai people currently do not have a job. So I think the old paradigm of job security is gone. Okay? Why? A job requires you to pass. The same mindset as I had before towards learning applies to a job. A worker goes to the workplace and spends maybe 8 hours, 9 hours, 7 hours, 6 hours, you know, looking at the thumbnails, playing some Facebook, and maybe, just maybe, according to research, less than 2 hours of effective work during these 8 hours. Maybe not so good. So if we bring that kind of attitude into building a sustainable network, I can guarantee you it won't work. Okay? But if my attitude is that this is my business, I am responsible for learning in order to pass it on, I believe truly that the result will be totally different. And here we're coming into a very important key that goes hand in hand with what I just said about job. I hear a lot during my 20 years in network, yeah, but only 5% succeeds. Okay, now, who are these 5%? You can actually choose to be part of it, okay? And this is the crazy thing with network, because you can choose to belong to the 5% that succeeds. Do you want to know who they are? Okay, it is very, very simple. In 20 years of experience, I consider these people to be people that are willing to, when they start, not after. When I'm speaking with a prospect, somebody that I speak to the business about, not about purchasing a package. That is a customer, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking about if they on top of, we're going to speak about also what is our concept containing of, but on top of supporting a cause, make money. Now, is that a lottery? No. Is it a job? No. It is a business. Okay? And I truly believe that a serious person that commits to 3 hours per day for a year will not have a chance to miss out on the 5% I'm speaking about. Okay? If you 3 hours per day get the right coaching, had an attitude of listening and learning and growing, you will be surprised where you will end up. And I can tell you in mathematics about that. I'm going to speak a little bit about that when we speak about how to get paid, how to build a business, what to focus on, what to say, okay? Because it's very important that we know what we say. Now, one of my biggest mistakes, guys, when I started in network marketing, I chose who I would present it for based on what I believed that the person would think about it. Okay? And I think if you are honest, you probably do the same. You think, would this, you know, this Andy guy be somebody to present it for? What about Nam? What about Tia? What about Peter? What about Jens? Do not do that mistake. I can tell you from 20 years in this business, pretty successfully, I have done that mistake and it always comes back biting me in the ass. Okay? Why? Because you have no idea about what a person will say when you are presenting facts. Okay? So our job is not to recruit, and I'm coming back to that one. Our job is to learn what the business is, why it makes sense to join it, to start working and promoting it, and how to do it. Okay? What is it, why, and how to present it. That is, in my opinion, 3 very, very important keys. So we focus on, in this industry, presenting facts. And Peter said something about that one before the call. He said, there is no reason at all to try to put some extra sugar on this opportunity. It is good enough as is. And I even say it in opposite way. Present it more bad than it really is. You know why? Because when people say, oh, it's actually better, they get more excited. So this is my opinion about how to present the business. Now, you learn, have an attitude of learning to earn. Now my question to you is, if you went to school, like I said, the first, 15 years in school that I went, did I get paid for going to school? No. Then I went 6 years after that one also. So that is 21 years in school paying for it. What? To become what? Professional in marketing, economics, and law. Where I potentially, if I'm good enough, not only passing, would start to get an income. So you tell me then, if this is not a job that we are doing, if it's not a job, if it's a business, where we need to have information to present facts, does it make sense that you should have the same kind of attitude towards the business? I am not speaking specifically about BLIEVE. I'm speaking about networking in general, or any craft that you want to become excellent at. Okay? Anything. Playing a piano, a guitar, flying an aeroplane, playing tennis, playing golf. If you become really, really good in any of these crafts, and not only as a hobby, guys, you actually get paid. Correct? And that is how I see this. Now my question is, isn't it pretty cool to, during the first year, while you learn to get better and better and better, you actually get paid also? So actually networking is like, back in the days, when they had, like carpenters, they didn't have a school for it. They took in pupils, that learned the craft. And you know what? They didn't get paid from the beginning in most cases. They were working for free and maybe got some peanuts. When they got better, the salary, increased. And maybe even they opened their own shop, correct? The same way, in my opinion, we need to have the attitude towards the skill and the craft of networking. And is it really too much to ask? 3 hours per day for a year. It's pretty little, guys. It is not, in my opinion, a lot. The crazy thing is, guys, I can guarantee you, if you look for the best help, and we're going to speak about that soon also, you might say, yeah, but I got brought into my business, and my upline is not there and so on. Guys, in BLIEVE, that doesn't matter. And I will show you why. Okay? You can choose to work with whoever you want. Upline, downline, crossline, does not matter. And I will show you how. Okay? That is one of the reasons for when you learn, you will discover why we are different. Why we are breaking paradigms in so many places. Compensation plan, placements, inside the compensation plan, tokenization, the compensation plan with paying until infinity. Okay? Taking plastic and turning it into fuel, not only, taking it away. You will learn. But guys, you do not need to know anything when you get started. But you need to have an attitude towards getting better. Okay? And you won't be a professional within 1 year, but you will be pretty darn good. Within 2 years, I can guarantee you will fly if you implement these rules in any business, not only BLIEVE. Now, I spoke about this a bit. Networking is not, and I repeat, not a recruiting business. Okay? I hear a lot that people say, oh, I'm going to go and recruit, you know, these people. I think, honestly, you should change that mindset and attitude towards that you're going to sponsor somebody. Why? Because my question is, I'm going to take my whiteboard and ask you a very simple question. What do you present when you call your friend, when you get your friend to listen to an opportunity? Unless, what did I say? Did I say listen to a money game? Did I say listen to a lottery? No, I said when you present somebody to listen to an opportunity. What is your feeling when you call that guy or girl? How do you feel? Do you feel, in Thai we say kreng jai? Okay? In Thai that means, you know, a little bit, you know, like squeezed hearted, you know. Okay? So do I feel that I have to recruit somebody into my business? Or do I feel like I'm giving a key to success? You guys understand what I mean? What is it that I'm offering? So when I'm starting up a new person, when I take my responsibility for the new person, what is the most important thing, in my opinion, to get that person to feel safe, okay? And feel that that person, before they contacting somebody, is presenting one of the utmost opportunities within his or her lifetime. Okay? Do you think that will shine through in the call? If somebody sincerely believes and is convinced about giving a key to success forward, I believe it does. So in my opinion, we as sponsors, we that bring in new people, we do need to do the first calls until the person really believes and understands and grasps that it is not a disfavor they are doing, but a favor to the person they call. Now, if I feel that I'm presenting a real opportunity, it is very important that I understand the rule of, I call it the rule of, here is a coffee cup, okay? Here is a grass field, and I can guarantee most people want to take a shortcut, okay? Most people feel they want to take a shortcut. That means that they will step on the grass. They will try to do it in an easy way, okay? But that bites you back. So you need to make sure and take your responsibility about how and why and what we are taking forward. Because if you think about it, is it bad to present somebody to actually, without spending something more, even saving? Is that a bad thing to present to somebody? And at the same time cleaning up some plastic? It's pretty cool, if you ask me. But if I don't feel that and understand that, I might feel like I was feeling in the beginning of my network career. Whoa, the telephone is heavy. Okay? But the only purpose that that call has is very simple. Book a time to present, to give the best opportunity ever that I've seen in my lifetime forward to my friend. How long should that take? 30 seconds? Most probably not more. Now, the last thing, and this is really, really not easy. And I'm going to repeat it. It is not easy, but it is very, very simple. Okay? Because I know 3 hours, guys, 3 hours in a day, is that too much to ask? Most people would say no. Okay? Because after the year of 3 hours a day, there is no way that the person together with us will earn less than 2,000-3,000 euros a month. Okay? I didn't say 20,000-30,000. I said 2,000-3,000. Okay? Is 2,000-3,000 too little for 2-3 hours a day for a year? When we studied 20 years to become a lawyer and get that one paid maybe the double in a month? I'm talking 1 year. Where if you did it right and took your responsibility and followed rule number 5, consistency. Because 2-3 hours a day, ladies and gentlemen, is not every second day, or every third day, or every second week. It is every single day. Why? Because you need to create a habit. Okay? What kind of habit is it that I want you to create? A habit where it feels good to help somebody, to present the opportunity, tell the story 3 times per day. Okay? If you do that, I can guarantee every 30 to 60 days, there will be 2 more people, 1 generation in your business that grows. And we're going to speak about that one later on. Now, how many generations does that mean in a year? So the first 60 days is not only me. It is me and my friends. We're going to speak about it later. The next 60 days, which is 4 months from now, it is my people plus their people, and so on and so on. And no, I do not stop to present the business. That's not the key. It is not they work for me and I have a holiday. No, it is we become stronger by working the field together in a team. So the key is we, okay? We is the true key. How you truly feel about what you present and how you present it in order to help the people you bring into the business. That is my belief. Now, a short break with this, because now the things I said so far had to do with any kind of business, correct? It had nothing to do with Amplivo, Ecovo per se. Is that correct? This would be able to implement on any kind of at least network business. And most of these keys would most probably be possible to implement to any kind of craft. Correct? Okay? So we're going to skip in now to, so if you are not interested now about Ecovo, Amplivo, feel free to leave if you want. But I can guarantee you, if you learn enough about Ecovo and Amplivo and really understands the opportunity you present, it will be paradigm shifting. It will be game changing. How do I know? Because I see what happens with people that understands it. Okay? And there is not many people that understands it in full.
It's no sweat.